Hi, David Erdos with poem 62 from 2020 Vision. In His Name. Little Richard dies, and the world seems to slide slightly further. Free of his pounding hands on the keyboard, even steady floors seem to shift. As he summoned in a new age beside Berry, Holly and Presley, now no new movement drives us with a commensurate state of uplift. Little Richard dies and the world starts to seem that much smaller, and not even because it is housebound, but because of the colour it lacks, which has nothing to do with the skin, but with what is released through our living. What Richard Penniman spent was a sunburst, as both song and singing were his personal form of attack. What rages he fought, against fun and faith which both claimed him. His evangelism came after the sexual voyeurism he enjoyed, as he led many men to his love, and then to his own private chambers, a what bam boom tutti frutti for a Len and Lucille. Life as toy. Little Richard dies, and that life that whooped and whipped from him exposes our own stooped shortcomings at this time of impotence and held breath. As Penniman sits at the pit piano to play the glory march for all angels, it seems that the connecting theme and deep spirit that might yet save us all rests with death, which it always has, let's be frank, for that unheard tune sets throats clearing. Fingers are stretched, strings are tested, keys lightly flipped as wrists click. And a small man who sang with both exuberance and excitement is reminding us through his passing of a stance and stature we're losing. For that fact alone, and rhyme's reason, I could now use a poet's pun, or cheap trick. The expected joke is inferred, but it isn't the point of the poem. The point of the poem is totems or emblems, perhaps, for a world in a whole, on which no spinning groove can be placed as we surrender ourselves to the pixel and the aspects within diagram or dissect us into patterns or points of control. Little Richard dies, and removed are all the scene-shaping artists, from Cohen and Bowie to Prince, John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Hendrix, Buddy Holly, John Lennon. I could fill this page with more losses, and naturally, everyone will have their own names. But as they leave, they tear off a further piece of the fabric. For what was once a full blanket has now become a thin cover sheet. So we must play them now all the more to spin and return the past to us. Music and song does this freely as the transformation feels more complete. So little Richard dies, and the large must be found within our small moments. We must chorus in and remember what harmony is through solos. Somehow a rhythm will come, and when it does, the cry claims us, as tears of joy find melisma in which one syllable sung across a series of notes as love flows. It's common in gospel and pop, and opera too for that matter. A sung word containing all emotion and hope through sound's spell. So tilt your head, holler, howl, and raise your foot up and remember, for little Richard stands taller, as we will too, when life's well. At the moment, life's sick, and there are people out of tune who are playing. Drown them out. Surface. For now Richard has joined all of those playing for us through darkness. Their triumphs protect us. Big Dick is dead. Defy hell. David Erdos, May the 10th, 2020.